Stepping into the spotlight to speak out publicly for the first time.
Yeah, there may well be personal consequences, but this is a matter of public interest.
Emeritus Professor Adrian Baddeley recently quit his role as Chief Statistician on the $30 million Murujuga rock art monitoring program. Co-funded by industry and the state government, it aims to find out whether pollution from heavy industry on WA's Burrup is damaging ancient Indigenous carvings. He says the team of researchers made their biggest discovery in late 2023.
We had a finding that the surfaces of rocks closer to industry seem to have experienced more damage, porosity, so there are more small holes in the surfaces of the rocks close to industry.
The scientists also took rock samples from Murujuga and exposed them to high levels of key pollutants in lab studies, which confirmed that emissions can cause damage.
So there appears to be a relationship between exposure to pollution, chronic over many years exposure to pollution, and microscopic damage to rock surfaces.
The 800-page study written by Curtin University researchers was handed to the state government in mid-2024, but wasn't released publicly until May this year, a week before Federal Environment Minister Murray Watt approved Woodside's 40-year gas plant extension.
It's an important report because what it does is provides the community with confidence that the current industrial processing that you see on the Burrup have not had an impact in relation to the rock art.
Professor Baddeley is highly critical of how his team's findings were presented by government.
An inaccurate summary of the scientific findings.
In May, he formally complained about how some of the science was presented in a separate summary document prepared by WA's Department of Water and Environmental Regulation, particularly the removal of one of two lines in a graph representing potentially harmful pollution levels.
Both in its emphasis and also in some of the statements, I found it really unacceptable. And there was, of course, the issue that one of the graphs was edited, which I found totally unacceptable.
The government has repeatedly defended the summary.
There was an incident where one of the graphs was simplified in the actual executive summary, but the full details of that graph are actually on display in the main body of the report. No, and quite frankly, that's offensive.
The scientists found that pollution was probably worse when an old power station was operational between 1966 and 2010.
All we can reasonably say is that the chronic exposure over 60 years to industrial pollution is likely to have caused this pattern of damage. But we have no basis for saying that it has stopped.
Professor Baddeley is a regular Greens donor, but denies any bias is shaping his decision to speak out.
I'm not an activist. I'm a scientist. I have no agenda, except that I care deeply about scientific integrity.
A spokesman for the WA Premier said he stands by his statements, while the department told the ABC current activity on the Burrup is not believed to be affecting the rock art. But that's at odds with the Federal Environment Minister, who has stated that pollution is likely causing irreversible changes. New operating conditions require Woodside to reduce its emissions over coming years to protect the rock art. Rhiannon Shine, ABC News.